Let's talk, shall we? So, I don't know what you're going through, but I know that it's a lot. And I know because I heard from you this week. A bunch of you actually, but I'm talking to you specifically. So, before we get into it, exhale. Let it out. Not that little inhale, exhale that you just did. I want a real exhale. What you're going through right now, you're not alone. And I know that because I'm here with you. I'm here with you per your actual request. The thing is, there is something on the other side of this, and I don't know what that is, and you may not even know what that is. Actually, I would bet money that you don't know what's on the other side of all of this, but I bet you it is bigger than anything that was on your bingo card, anything that you could imagine. And if you can get yourself to exhale all the resistance. Exhale everything that you've been gripping, wanting it to just be this very particular way. Then I bet you, what's on the other side is so much more beautiful and so much better for your soul and so much better for your nervous system than even you can imagine. Here's the thing. I know because I have been through this cycle over and over and over and over again and over and over again. And actually, I'm in the same cycle that you are right now, where things that I wanted, things that I still want, I want them desperately, aren't coming to fruition the way that I thought that they were. And some of them are just kind of dissipating and floating off into the ethos. And my human self is devastated. My human self wants to be hurt and wants to cry and wants to play the blame game and wants to have all of the emotions. And the thing is, your human self is going to have all the emotions too. But the thing is, your soul knows what's on the other side of this. On some deep level, when you can let go of all the human emotion, you know that on the other side of this, everything is bigger than your dreams. It's bigger than the thing that you thought you were worthy of. Inhale. Exhale. We're going through a big change curve right now. And if you have ever gone through any kind of change management training or anything in your corporate life, then you've probably seen that diagram. Actually, I'll put one right here. Looks like a change curve. Change curve means you start where you're at, and then in order to get to this new place, everything kind of has to fall apart in order to come back together. I gave the example to you today that it's kind of like when you're moving. Have you ever moved houses? Don't even get me started on moving with kids. But before you move, everything has to kind of fall apart. You have to break things down. You have to pack them in boxes. You go through that whole process of, do I want this anymore? Does this fit in the new house? You have to shut off power. You have to shut off water. You have to get your new electricity and your Wi-Fi and all that stuff started in the new place. But before you can even do any of that, you have to break down what was. And that's where you're at right now. And if you imagine you are packing up your old house because you're getting ready to move into a new house, you're probably combing through some old memories. You're probably combing through, am I doing the right thing? You're probably combing through, why is this happening? Or what if it doesn't work? But also, there's probably some excitement there because you're moving into a totally new space. And that is what we are going through right now. I am going through it at the same time, right there with you. You are not going through this alone. Even though you might be sitting in a room all by yourself, packing up that box, you're not alone. Somebody asked me to make this very specific video today. They asked me, Darcy, are we in another Mercury retrograde? And I laughed because guess what? We are. And, ultimately, once you know Mercury retrograde comes and all the tech goes sideways and flights get canceled and you shouldn't try not to travel during Mercury retrograde and be careful what you say during Mercury retrograde. After you've done that rotation a couple times and you know that it's there, all of a sudden you can start to feel it coming. Tech things start kind of going wild. And so you asked me today, are we going through another Mercury retrograde? And I said, alas, we are. We are. We are in the period right before Mercury retrograde where things start to slow down. It's called the shadow phase. And I am no expert on astrology. I only know things that I know for me, but I do know energy. And I know right now the energy is all breaking down because we're moving. We're literally moving into a new era, if you will. And I'm sure there's astrology buffs out there that can correct me and say, yes, we are moving into the age of Aquarius. And they can tell both of us a lot about all of that. I can tell you what I feel. I can tell you I feel scared sometimes. And sometimes I feel excited. I can tell you that sometimes I feel anxious in the pit of my belly. And then sometimes I'll tell you that it doesn't actually feel like anxious. I just don't know what the right word is for it. But it's like anxious excitement, not anxious dread. And I can tell you that I am right there with you, day by day, sometimes hour by hour, having to figure out how to unclench my fists and unclench my energy around how I thought things were going to go. I didn't know I was going to be a yoga teacher this year. I never even imagined that I was going to get certified, and yet here we are, having yoga chats, which also I'm really excited about. But we are moving into lots of new things, and that change curve is uncomfortable. So we're here together, having this chat. Inhale, big exhale. Whenever you start to feel that feeling well up in your chest and it feels like the thing is too heavy for you to carry, put it down. Put it down. Take an inhale. Take a big exhale. And actually, on every inhale, imagine that you are just filled with bright white light. Exhale all the blackness. Let that white light penetrate all of your system. Let it wash over and clarify. And with every exhale, exhale the resistance. Exhale the anxiety. Exhale where you're clenching onto how you know things are supposed to be or how you want things to be. Because even though you want it to be a certain way, what's on the other side is so much better for you. But the other side can't come until you let go. You can't move into the new house until you've moved out of the old house. You can't move into the new house until you've signed your closing documents and you signed up for that new mortgage. What's on the other side might require more of you. As a matter of fact, I can tell you right now that it does. I can tell you that what it requires of you is bigger than what you thought you were capable of. But I'm also here to tell you, you're capable of even more than that. You're capable of carrying the duality of what is and what was while you're in that change curve in the middle. You're capable of quieting your thoughts. You're capable of a big fat inhale and a big fat exhale. You're capable of all of these things. And if you don't think that you're capable of them on your own, guess what? You're not alone. I'm here with you. I am right here with you. You got this. This in 5 years, heck, in 2 years, you're going to look back and say, gosh dang it, Darcy. Gosh dang it, Darcy, you were right. You were right. And it's going to be okay. It's going to be better than okay. It's going to be beautiful. So let it out. Let it all out. And if you need some more practice, maybe pull out the yoga mat. Maybe pull out a yoga mat that you've never even pulled out before and practice. Because I'll tell you, this channel is all about yoga, soul-led yoga. My soul, your soul, our souls together. But the thing about yoga is that people think yoga, you might think yoga, and you think the actual physical postures of yoga, down dog, up dog, bow pose, right? All these things. But actually, that's not even where yoga started. Yoga started as a meditation, as a way to clear our thoughts, as a way to separate your human self and your soul, because they're very different. Your human self is the one that's talking to you, telling you, what are you going to do? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is overwhelming. It's the thing that makes your heart race and your palms sweat, keeps you up at night. Your soul is eternal. Your soul knows that everything is going to be all right. Your soul is a place where the divine lives inside you, where God lives inside you, where the universe and spirit live inside you. Your soul knows. Your soul is peaceful. And yoga started as a way to disentangle those two, because the world would have you believe that you are your mind, you are your thoughts. And I don't know about you, but sometimes my thoughts are intrusive and they're not helpful. But my soul is calm. My soul feels like gliding through a meadow in Yosemite, the breeze blowing in the wind. It feels like I can hear the breeze through the rocks, through the mountains, and it feels like I know everything is going to be okay. Now, what does your soul feel like? And what are your intrusive thoughts telling you? And are those two even friends? So, we're going to have more of these chats. You and me, right here, on the yoga chair. Because you're not in this alone. And it's going to be uncomfortable. Because change doesn't happen overnight. So, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let your body fill with white light. And exhale. Feel all the black specks of yuck just come out and dissipate in the air. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it. Exhale. Let your shoulders fall. We're going to do this again. I hope you join me next time. I love you. I mean it. Bye.